Hello everybody and welcome to the 7th update for the Call of Duty World at War mod timeline. In this update I'll be explaining a few things and a few changes that'll be going on with the project. Before I get into that though, let me explain what the new changes are in the project itself, like in the maps. So this map is a map that I haven't showcased as of yet, but I've been working on it simultaneously with the first map. Though the first map has been my main focus, this one has been a sort of go on there for 30 minutes and construct a few parts of a wall and then be done for the day. Whereas Timeline 1 would be a sit down on my computer and work and hopefully, I'll be done with the encounter by the end of today, and then the next day I can focus on constructing a building or whatever. So this one in particular, as you can see, there are a few things that are different from the other one. In that, first of all, the level design is very different, and that's because in this map you're going to be alone. It's going to be solo. There will be enemies, of course, but you won't have any allies to support you. This is an area that I'm going to be calling the in-between world. It's a sort of thing in between time, and I'm going to make it weird, and there's going to be a lot of floating things, like a lot of floating platforms. You'll see them. There's some floating platforms with the roots all bulging out and all that, and I think it's kind of cool. Or the little platforming bit where you have to jump down that little cavern there. That's it's just something to spice up the gameplay, because when you're actually going to be in a consistent time frame, the action itself is going to be pretty intense, like what you see in that first time level, that first timeline map, time 1, that I've been showcasing. It's going to be a very intense level comparatively. The rest of the levels aren't going to be like that. There are definitely going to be a lot of levels like that, but then there's going to be a few levels like this one where there aren't really going to be many enemies. There's not going to be many effects. Not even really going to be music. And it's just your objective is to explore and find something. And as you can see, there's not going to be a lot of... what's the word I'm thinking of? There's not going to be a lot of consistency in the in-between world. Anyway, that being said, that's really all I got for the in-between world. I think it's a cool idea. There's going to be 3 levels on the in-between world. One's going to be this one, where you're going to be exploring it. The second one is going to be, it's going to be like on a mansion on a giant floating island with an infinite set of waters going left and right, and maybe a few, floating patches out in the distance or whatever. I'll see what I can do. And then there's going to be, for the final bit, it's going to be a level similar to this one here, but it's going to be more compact. There are going to be allies in that last in-between level, just your 2 main characters, and they will be, they'll be kind of supporting you, but they won't be directly with you in the fighting. Like there might be a sniper or whatever that's going to help you out, but they're not going to be with you, the respawning allies and all that are in most of the other Call of Duty maps. So anyway, that's going to be kind of the gist of these between maps, and they're not going to be very consistent. The next update, I'm not going to show you this in-between map, but the update after that I will show you. Anyway, let's move on now to the first timeline level. So if you can see it, or if the video is not there yet, when you see it, there's going to be some blocking done just before the area where, the player is running up the hill. And I want that area to be an area where the soldiers are kind of talking, and they're going to get you in the gist. It's going to be the sort of suspension of belief, I guess. An early exposition dump. Exposition. There we go. An early exposition jump on what you're going to be doing, what exactly is going on. In this case, they're going to be saying the Nazis and the Japanese have a time machine, and now you got to go stop the fucking Nazis and the fucking Japanese from taking over the world by taking over the past and the future. That's that. And so, and naturally, you'll be fighting in both eventually. Anyway, so that introductory scene, what's going to be happening is not only are they going to be talking, and there's going to be a little invisible barrier that's going to stop you from moving forward. I'm going to have about 3 or 4 tanks and a few sets of what are called drones. They're pretty much AI that don't have AI. They're going to be running, either riding or running up and around that area, and there's going to be a little bit of water there, and there's going to be some plants and whatever inside the water. It's going to look pretty. I'll make sure it looks pretty. I mean, I'm good at that, I think. So some of the changes that I did for this map as well, besides that blocking, you see that I detailed a little bit more. I detailed the cliffs on the right side, the approaching side. Not for the first encounter set, but for the second encounter set where it goes into the city, because I noticed just how ugly it looked and I hated it. So I made it better. That being said, I also, because I knew that I wasn't really going to be doing much in terms of actual map development this week, I did detail some of because detailing is actually a lot easier than constructing the map. I added in some details in the city area again. This time it wasn't just a little piece of hanging material off of a building. This time it was a little more intense. It was the ground that you're walking on. There's a bunch of grasses and different kinds of mud, dry mud, wet mud, sticky mud, all those good materials, all those good textures and all that kind of spread around in the city area. So that being said, that's really all I got. I didn't really do anything for Encounter 2 Set 2, which is the downhill. I didn't really do anything for detailing that yet. The last thing that I did, you'll see, it's the ending area. I constructed this building. It's a big building, and it looks awful, and I'm going to cut it. I'm thinking of making the teleportation testing building or whatever it is that's down there. I'm going to make that underground and have the player find it by lurking underground in a little bunker or whatever. I just think that'd be a better idea. So that being said, that's really it for the new things and new updates for Timeline. By the way, that's the reason why I knew that not a lot was going to get done. I was going to focus on making that building, and then that building ended up sucking. So, yeah. So now the new update for how the project is going to go. As you guys know, I've been doing a Saturday update once a week for the project, and then a Wednesday update once a week that just shows off some speed mapping that I'm doing to show that I'm working on it. And you'll see a speed mapping update this next Wednesday, but following that, these weekly updates are going to be stopping. The reason being is because I've been compromising a lot of my other time to work on this project, and I have to get back to working on my other things that I've been neglecting for so long. That being said, I'm going to go back to the old thing where I was only working on it 4 hours a week. 2 hours on Friday, 2 hours on Saturday. I spent my 2 hours this morning, actually. Totally forgot what I did. Oh yeah, I made the floor for that between level in the chasm. Anyway, so that's all I really wanted to tell you, is that the weekly updates are going to be stopping, and instead they're going to be done through progress updates. So I'm going to let you know ahead of time what I'm going to be getting done for the next update, and then you'll get to see the fruits of that in that next update. And in that next update, I'll keep telling you, what's going to be new, what's going to be new, what's going to be new. And because there's no time schedule, I'm not crunched for time like I was. During one of the weeks that I was doing this, I stated that there was going to be a certain amount done for that update, and then I ended up crunching like 20-something hours over 3 days to get it done. And I mean, I guess that's not bad, but considering it's a mod and I should be focusing on other things in my life, then, yeah, that was a lot of time. Anyway, so now there's only going to be large updates, and these large updates aren't going to be as often. I'd imagine them being maybe a little more frequent than my old Allied Offensive updates were, because my Allied Offensive updates were always something like 6 months apart. I'd probably say maybe a month or two apart each. And I'm just going to be focusing on it. Now, what my main focus is actually going to be is I'm going to be attempting to get the maps that I want for the demo done. Because I am going to be releasing a demo. It's going to consist of 2 single-player levels, a special ops level, if you will, which is just going to be one of the maps that I have. And I'm going to, convert it into a special ops level where nothing new is going to be added map-wise, and it's just going to be a different way to tackle the map. Different sets of encounters, if you will. And there's going to be a zombie version of one of the maps as well. I'm not going to tell you which one or which maps are going to be actually in this demo, but I assure you there will be 4 maps in the demo that you can go and explore and choose from, though 2 of them may be repeat due to the fact that, well, you know, there's going to be a Spec Ops and a Zombies, and the Spec Ops and the Zombies are all just going to be converted levels from the campaign. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to rate and comment and subscribe. Especially comment. I really do want to see what everybody thinks of this project, and I want as much feedback as I possibly can. I always respond to every single one of my comments, so if you comment, I will respond to you. Don't be afraid that you won't. And similarly, if you want to help out in this project at all, you know, just let me know, because I am always willing to accept anybody that is wanting to help out with this project, wanting to make a map or something like that. Just go ahead and talk to me. Leave a comment down below once again, and I will talk to you about it and see what we can work out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.